mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Orlando Sentinels. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Jack!
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, they'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up third down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
45, 45. Mike, 45. 65, 65. 65. Check. Check out route.
They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Rebut. Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Hey, 43, 15. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Double dog. That's the way. Check 26. Watch twist. Yellow. Chopper. Hey, alert 3.
They'll try the left side. It's Green. Touchdown, Falcons. Marcus Green, 64 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22, and he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, 57, call it, 57.
Now here's Mahomes. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Mahomes going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And this will pin them nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Orlando with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Looking to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
First down, Falcons.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Yellow! There's a little lady! Don't get nervous!
Watch the twist! Watch the twist!
Hey, Ripley!
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
to. Easy.
58, boys, 58. 58 is mine. Bravo! We own them. 58 is the mine.
Hey, 57.
Cut.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Well, 58 is the mic. Let's go, Heavy.
Attack! The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Yellow. I'm the little ladies. Yellow.
Been a long day for you. Here we go. Check him up. Check the car. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Ship.
Yellow.
Back.
Attack.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
22 check bomber.
On first down, Dobbins. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
In the face. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harper. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Yellow. Argolani.
You don't know no better.
Yellow.
58 Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Alpha.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Green. There goes Green. Touchdown, Falcons. Marcus Green with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go. Take over. First down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On the double. Check 45 to Mike. 66. Slowly high. The field, D. Hey, check 24. Watch 20. Ready, go.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
64, sweet. 2, let's go.
2nd and 6. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type...
They've got his man complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Over. 15. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, D, get up, right side.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Brings up second and 8 at the Falcons' 36-yard line.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You think you gonna get this? 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Let's get the ball.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. We got double up, double up, double up, double up. Check 45. Hot.
He'll look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Brings up third and 6.
Chad Hutch. 18 Davis. Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch ready. Go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Got you, boy. Got you, boy.
And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is taken around the 12. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. On first down, it's Green. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
I got it. Check, check. Fresh night.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Watch the run. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, 57.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Deuce. Slam. 58's the money. 58's the money. Let's go one more.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Green saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Watch the slant.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Dobbins, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Green, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green, and he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mahomes going to throw it here. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card division.